Hello and welcome to the show. We are here on Forza Horizon 4 today, testing out the new Mini Buggy that has come to the game. It's a peculiar little contraption. What better way to test it out than against some other fairly serious off-roading rear-wheel drive vehicles and a selection of custom circuits. I fancied building some tracks to test this car out, so we've got, first of all, a variant on the Ambleside Scramble. This is a slightly extended version of the track. I actually quite like this layout of the circuit. Now, the Mini that I am driving at the moment has had a turbo rally swap. We've upgraded the car to A-Class to make it a little bit more exciting to drive. So it's had a turbo rally swap. It's had various bits and pieces gone to put it to the top of A-Class. Now it's up against the Toyota Baja and the Honda Ridgeline trophy trucks in this. Everything here is still rear-wheel drive. Now, we have got Mini's probably the best handling of all the vehicles here. The Toyota and Honda are fairly similarly matched. They're kind of a little faster. The Mini a bit more kind of high-speed grip. It's an interesting matchup, basically, between all of these vehicles. Admittedly, the Mini Buggy might perhaps be closer with the other Buggy. I'm not really sure. It's kind of a bit of a weird... It sits in a bit of a weird place amongst the Buggy. It's not really like the Illumicraft Buggy. I don't know whether it runs in the same category or what, but yeah, it sits in a little bit of a funny category. So that's why I put it up against the trophy trucks. And of course, there's plenty of snow to be worrying about. Now, this track, the downside, well, I like the circuit. It's a good fun layout. In these vehicles, little tough to overtake, to say the least. They are quite big, they are quite wide, and yeah, there's not necessarily all that much space to go as we go too wide. Please don't try and fit 3 wide down here. I'm going to have a lift there because I would have run out of space. This change of direction here can really catch you out. It caught out Longbow up at the front. Hordes is going to fire at the inside. So we've got 3 Toyotas. In fact, Hordes might even get to the lead up the inside here entirely of everyone. We've got 3 Toyotas at the front, followed by Gliska and a Honda. My Mini, we're being followed by another one of the Toyotas here. I am going to have a tough time, I suspect, trying to deal much with these. You will see the Toyotas like to tripod around the place. I've actually got a very good run on the outside. I don't quite know what happened to Gliska's truck on the inside. Somehow, yeah, the Toyota's up on 2 wheels. It will be a probably common sight. Admittedly, maybe not so much here. It's not a particularly fast circuit. There was also a little bit of track limits interpretations going on from me there. Not intentional. Ewan got in trouble on the cobblestone wall, and the fence is out a little bit wide. I like this section. This section here is one of my favourite bits of the track as we dive our way down towards the now run to the start-finish line. We're up in 3rd. The Mini's a bit of a tough one. It's a bit of a tough one to build PI-wise, getting sort of A-Class. I actually had to put massive rims on it to try and drop the last couple of PI points because I wanted weight reduction in a fully upgraded turbo rally engine. So we managed to do that. The diff in this is a concern. Despite managing to kind of lock it up as much as possible, you still kind of get one-tyre fires. And that's not great for putting power down out of some of these corners. But yeah, it works. It works well enough. I think the Toyotas might have got me around here at the moment. Unless we can get some... Unless I can drive the track very nicely indeed. No silly mistakes from me would be ideal. What have we got behind us? Ewan, I think Kiak's in a Honda, if I remember correctly. So the Hondas are having a bit of a tough time, actually, around this circuit. Oh, don't overdrive through here. Yeah, I actually quite like this little complex. It's, as I said, I'm really pleased with this circuit. Of all the tracks I've built, it's actually one of my favourites. In some ways, I prefer it to the normal Ambleside track. We got to jump down here. I can't really... Annoyingly, I'm kind of here. Oh, I've overdriven there. That's going to cost me. I think we kind of gain... We gain through the mid part of the lap, and then we kind of get a bit murdered when we get to this, this long straight. The Mini doesn't really put its power... I say it doesn't put its power down. I don't actually think it's as fast in a straight line. It doesn't have the power that the Toyotas have. Oh, we're going to have a little bit of a lift through there. I saw Longbow grades the wall. Come on, Mini. We can hunt. We can hunt down that big Toyota, big heavy Toyota that likes to tripod its way around the circuit. It can take out, you know, if you want to take out cobblestone walls for me, that'd be great. You clear the walls, I will follow in the path, and everything will be perfect. The walls kind of sometimes respawn, sometimes don't bother. Oh, that's nasty. It was quick. Wasn't great on the Mini. Yeah, as I kind of like duck the wheel on the inside, it clipped the banking, it turned the Mini into the corner. However, you do that, a little bit too much, you're going to hit the tree. I wonder what Visca did on the second lap or something, because that Honda has fallen quite the way back. Oh, a little bit of lack of grip almost, not really oversteer, it just sort of slid on the exit. And this is the problem, like, see, we can catch Longbow here, but I just don't think I can do anything once the Toyota gets onto this straight. It just gets out of this speed. The speed that thing has is immense. So we have pulled away from Ewan in one of the Toyotas. Oh, we've got to slip and slide our way. So much faster than me in a straight line. The Mini, I will say, once it does get up to speed, is actually, I think, it has the higher, I'll say higher top speed. It does actually pull on these at the really high speeds. However, it just cannot get to them quick enough. Can I do the same sneaky line at the hairpin? We've kind of had one of those infuriating, it's not quite a no man's land race, we've had one of those watching races where we are at the distance of, I'm almost there, and a tiny slip up from Longbow would put me in the position to try something. However, yeah, Hordes' Toyota is way quicker than ours, I would say than ours, than the rest of them. My Mini is, I think, the third best car in the field. Pretty damn evenly matched with the vehicle ahead, which I'm pleased about. I'm pleased about getting the Mini to work here. There aren't too many Minis in this, not many wanted to have a go with it. It's a bit awkward, as I say, it's a bit awkward to build, a bit awkward to drive sometimes. Can we have a dive? I mean, even if I have a dive, even if I had a monumental dive here, I don't think it would matter. I think we'll just get out dragged. We're closer than ever. Oh, it's so infuriating. So infuriating. We've actually got a really, really good run down here, and I'm going to be too far back to do, I think we're too far back, I'm going to be too slow to do anything about the Baja Toyota. They will get a 1-2. The Mini gets a podium, though. I'm quite pleased with that. I am pretty damn pleased with that. 1:11 line. We actually beat Longbow's Baja only by a tiny fraction of a second. Yeah, it was quick. It's got to go down to a 12.4. I'm very pleased with my Mini. The Baja's got 1 to 6 with the only interruption being my Mini. I think that was a Baja circuit. I'm going to hazard a guess it was a Baja circuit with a Mini thrown in the mix. I just couldn't. I lost so much time down that straight I could never quite get in range of Longbow. Nevertheless, a good fun race. So, up next we head to a special layout around the Mudkickers 4x4 Scramble. I am hoping the Mini can continue to do well. The game has been kind. It saw the Mini struggled and has decided that we should all start in the top 5. Okay, let's see if we can have some Mini-related teamwork. I like the idea of some possibly Mini-related teamwork. Now this track, in testing, seemed to actually suit the Mini quite well. So if I can, do nicely around here, it's a pretty good start from my buggy as we head off towards turn 1. Sadly, as much as I would love to have this entirely in the Mudkickers Park, with the way the start lines have to be made when you build a circuit, you have to use the kind of games one, and for some reason the Mudkickers normal circuit has to start on the tarmac. It's a pain, but it is what it is. This is where we have to start, so we do have to have a little bit of a tarmac sprint into here. Already 3 Bajas have found their way to the front. Oh dear! Things about to go badly wrong for mine. Not my Baja, my vehicle. It's a little bit technical in some places around here. It's a little bit tight with 3 wide in vehicles. We're 3 wide through what are some of the smaller checkpoints. Actually a little awkward placing checkpoints around this area because of the surface terrain. When you try and make them as wide as possible, sometimes the game just decides, nope, you are limited. That's why some of these are a little smaller than I would perhaps have liked. There we go. Baja's still 1 and 2. Now this particular layout I built specifically because I wanted these vehicles to have to climb up this very nasty hill. I have another layout that's pretty fun around here. However, it jumps down the hill rather than climb up it. So yeah, this one was tweaked to allow the vehicles, make sure vehicles have to climb up that hill. We now have this really, really fast section down here. Now I'm a little bit careful. I know where we're going after this is a nasty tight corner towards another one of the jumps. Of course, our vehicles here more than capable. Oh, Scotty's having a really big accident. Sure. Landed it on his wheels, won't get reset. I actually have a big wobble on the landing. I was trying to spot where that Baja was if I was going to have to try and dodge it or something. But no, it doesn't quite look like... Didn't end up needing to, however. Yeah, it's... it is behind us for now. Let's just understeer our way up here. Now, the Bahas, the difficulty they have is they like to tripod, especially on the tarmac. They will go up onto their side. Might make him a little slower, a little more difficult to drive around this start-finish line area. We're going to take the first corner nice and tight. And sitting up in second, we are going to be able to hopefully defend a little bit. Not the easiest, it's not a traditional circuit that you can defend on around here, really. And our defence options are quite, I'd say quite limited. There's a couple of places where you really can just kind of hug the inside, but of course, it's quite free form in terms of a circuit here. There will be, and there might be a little bit of nudging, a little bit of assistance when it comes to trying to get past. Someone fell over behind us. I'm nearly doing a front flip. That might cost me some time and maybe some positions. Nope, Scotty was in ghost mode, which is curious. We have found occasionally around here, Forza decides a car should be in ghost mode. We're not quite sure why. But yeah, that does kind of happen a little bit. We're going to go soaring through the air again. And on the banking, we lead from Ninetail. Now, Ninetail's driving the Honda, which didn't have too much luck in the first race. However, the Ridgeline may well be working a little better around here. By looks of it, Horde's car is just far better built than all of ours, so I'm almost not going to pay any attention to it. It's can I keep Ninetails and Scotty and Ewan and that lot behind me. Gliska's got the Ridgeline as well. So, yeah, we are going to... Oh, I think Horde's jumped past the checkpoint, which is easy to do if you take that little bit of a shortcut. Not that it'll matter particularly. We will not stand a chance of going quick enough. But look at it go with the tripod in. Scotty's now actually right up behind us. There goes the Toyota straight line speed. It's bloody fast. That thing is bloody fast indeed. Now I might be able to get brave somewhere and have a big old crack up the inside towards the first corner. We will get the place back. As I said, the Mini in the tight technical sections is a little better than the Toyota. It's a little bit more predictable, although I am having a few issues around here that I wasn't expecting to have. You will also notice, yes, I leave this in higher gears. At times, it's got a turbo rally engine. Power and torque is generally quite low down in the rev range, so that can actually work for this to get it out of corners, which is why I'm not panically, frantically shifting down gears. You don't want this engine buzzing the rev limiter particularly. No, we're going to get a little bit wide. Scotty's in trouble, quite a lot up ahead of us, although I think it's just about all that straightened out. Oh no, no, that's some wiggles going on. I'm doing a front flip again. Why am I doing a front flip there? Why? It's never did that in testing in the test race. And first lap, no trouble. Not seen that trouble before from the Mini Buggy. We've got a better run out of here than the Honda, although we're all kind of stacking each other up now. This isn't helping my battle for a podium spot. Come on, Mini. We want to try and keep up the podiums if we can. I don't know whether we can, but we'll try, goddammit. It's pretty decent, my Mini. It's got a decent amount of comparable speed to those around, but you just can't afford to make mistakes. And there's a few times I've bounced and got caught out by the landings. I've not really had all that much control over where it's gone. It's just pinged and decided, you know what, we're going to go left or right, or it's into trouble, basically. Scotty pinged his way through the checkpoint, a little bit out of control, but there we go. That's how a lot of these end up driving. And we head off the camber section there. Almost went for a roll. Unfortunately now it's a Baja 1-2-3. My Mini and Gliska's Ridgeline are the ones trying to spoil the party. Scotty went very wide through all of that. However, we have a lap, and I need a bloody good lap here if we are going to find a Mini on the podium. I think, by the looks of it, we can generally say Baja's probably the way to go in this particular subset of vehicles. The Baja does look like it is pretty much the way to go. The Mini can throw a spanner in the works, and the Ridgeline is not that bad either. However, yeah, it is a we can sort of cling on, but as far as running away at the front, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. The two ahead are busy fighting. Oh, Scotty's fallen over. That's the second time now I think Scotty's fallen over. Gliska actually managed to keep my Mini on the ground that time around, so I thank you for that. We will take that third briefly. I have a horrible feeling a Toyota might recover and come flying back past. Oh, come on, come on. We know Honda does not like, the Ridgeline doesn't like getting going up that sort of hill peculiar, but it does not really like launching off that corner. It's a good battle we're having, actually, over this third spot now. Can Scotty's Toyota outrun us all to the line? Can the Ridgeline find a way past me? I think I've really annoyed the Honda. I think it is a little faster. However, we have managed to just about keep ourselves in the right place. Oh, no, 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 no! My turn. I dug in as I went to take off, as I went to take that corner towards the jump, and we have fallen over. Well, it's a proper FailRace video, at least. That's something. There goes my shot at the podium, unless Gliska goes, oh yeah, could do it, same thing there again. Just hit a bump ever so awkwardly, and before you get airborne, if you're hitting that bump wonky, that's when you're going to get... Oh, Ewan's missed a checkpoint! Ewan's ended up behind me! How has that happened? It's not going to matter in the end. We get out accelerated. God damn it, the Baja is just too fast. Baja is just too fast. I'll have to settle for a 4th position. Yeah. I was the best of the minis. However, in fact, Stevie, you're faster lap than mine. However, I wasn't great. Wasn't great in that one. Sadly, yeah. Falling over cost us potentially a 2nd place. I don't know whether we could have quite got it had we not have fallen over. We would have got a podium had we not fallen over, but there we go. That's that's racing, and that's racing with me sometimes. So, we shall finish off racing these mad off-road vehicles around the quarry. An interesting track that I've got going on in this one. Ooh, I'm starting from pole position. That should be a chance. There are a couple of nasty corners, a couple of nasty hairpins to worry about around here. One very fast section with some rocks that may well see cars ping across the circuit. We had a very, very impressive rolls in practice with cars pushing their luck a little bit too much. The Mini's quite good down the fast section. It seems to be pretty grippy on the quick sections, so we will have to see how that goes. Also, we're having some problems getting the game started, and I think we might have spammed the chat a little too much. I don't know whether that was helping getting the game started, but there we go. So ignore the spam going on. Probably turn that off, but never mind. Either way, we are leading the way down towards, or through these first few corners. The first nasty hairpin is coming up here. Now, am I going to be able to actually run it a little too deep? Now, you'll get away with it a little bit. In fact, the ridgeline's got underneath all of us. Yeah, you can kind of get away with running a little bit deep through there. I'm going to go around this tree. That is not a destructible tree. I'd rather go around it than try and cut back across and have a fight with it. You tend to lose when you fight. I mean, the Mini Buggy is pretty strong, but Mini Buggy does tend to lose in a fight with an indestructible tree. In fact, most things lose in a fight with an indestructible tree. Maybe an indestructible Volvo. And that's how sinkholes are created. This is where things get sketchy for some cars. It is, yeah, very, very fast through there. It's close to flat out. It's not quite, and if you try it flat out, there's a very good chance you're going to end up in trouble. That is one of the nasty hairpins. Thankfully, the puddle tends to slow you down. Doesn't feel like it's really slowed me down as much through there as I was hoping it was going to, or as I was expecting it to. I guess a little narrow up here. The Baja falling back into line, and then this is just a run towards the finish line. We go. Ninetales is running away a little bit in the Honda here. Oh, I'm not going to have anything to fight that with, especially not if I do that around the final turn. And there we go. That is a lap of this quarry circuit. Again, I quite like the track. There is some seriously risky sections. I'm out of control a little bit. I slid around in front of the Baja, and we have got away with that for now. We're starting to get quite the group lining up behind us here. It's not ideal. I know someone's going to try and get past. Ninetales is too fast for me. If I have a perfect roll with no mistakes and don't get caught out by any weight transfer or something, I will be a little slower, I think, than the Honda. However, trying to have that perfect run is easier said than done. We're going to take... Oh, the wider line is okay, but it is a little bumpy. I should probably have cut back. I wasn't sure whether I was going to have the grip to make that or not, and I took the safe option, but it's a slightly slower option going around the tree. They're 2x2 behind me. That might actually help out my Mini a little bit. Oh, we've levelled up for crashing through a fence. Sure, That's how things work. Let's not miss the checkpoints down here, as we will try and be brave. You want to be brave, but you also don't want to be so brave you end up in the rocks like I am heading towards there. You got to be brave. You also got to realise when things are about to go horribly, horribly wrong, and when you need to stop being brave. I think Ewan was a little late on the brakes. Use the back of the Mini to help slow down. Now we've got the Baja Brigade to hold behind. Oh, slightly forgot where I was going. Oh, the Baja Brigade. The Baja Brigade is here. There's too many of them. I can't hold them off forever, I don't think. Come on, Mini, go, 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 go. You've got a much better run. No, the Bajas are through. We've unleashed the Horde. We've unleashed the Horde. Oh, Horde is out very wide. It's 3 wide around the final. I can't turn because I've got rear corner of mine in front of Ewan's are connected. That nearly caused grief. Again, I'm trying to use the Turbo Rally engine as best I can to get this out of corners. However, look at the tripoding going on up ahead. However, it hasn't necessarily worked as well as I would have hoped, but we're still in a podium spot here. We've got to try and keep Longbow and Ewan behind. That's what matters. Possibly we'll desperately cling on in the Mini if I can. Around here we go. Don't slide the car about as much at all if possible. That's kind of easy. Again, much easier said than done. We're on that wider line, so we'll just get on the power. I don't want to go right around the tree this time. I'm trying to be more careful with the Mini here. I'm trying to position it better, and it does make it very difficult for the car behind to find a way past. As I said, well, this is probably one of the widest of the tracks. You've still got to make these corners. You've still got to make the checkpoints, which means that, yeah, some overtaking places are sketchy. Sketchy at best. Here is not really a place you want to be fighting. I'm not being as brave as Hordes through there. I felt like it was a little better idea to just be, just be a little slow and make sure we made it there. Oh, that's not a Baja. That's one of the Hondas that has come to join us. Oh dear, I've got another lap to go of trying to keep these lunatic machines. Ninetales is absolutely buggered off at the front of this race. I do not have the pace of that ridgeline around here. This definitely does seem to be working well for the ridgelines. It's can I hold off the second of the Hondas? Can we hold off Gliska's Honda around here? We're going to try for the remainder of this race. I mean, we could sneak a second if Hordes makes a mistake. There is always that possibility. Gliska's going to sneak up the inside. And I didn't even have... There's no way I could have fought that one, although we might... No, almost. I think we might fight back on the inside there. I thought I could do it, but just not quite the speed in the right place to manage that. Bugger. I don't know whether we're going to be able to get another podium, you know? I think we might be in that not quite on the podium position once more. Oh, come on, make it, you understeering barge. Do we go maximum aggression? We're kind of going to have to in this final section and hope. We're kind of going maximum aggression, hope someone makes a mistake. The cars ahead are clearing the street furniture out of the way. Ewan has missed a checkpoint behind us. I think that kind of puts pay to any charge from the vehicles behind. Can we do anything down here? This is where the Mini is strong in comparison to the ridgeline, I think. If I can be brave. I'm a little wide on turning. Hordes has hit a rock. Hordes is in a really bad place to have hit a rock. Yeah, Hordes found a rock on the outside. Didn't get rolled, but was just then slow in the middle of the road ahead of me. Now this has put me into a third, but the Baja's not very far behind. Can we fend it off through these next couple of corners and then the run through the line? I know how good the Toyota is getting out of these corners. We know Gliska's going to have to clear the way. Oh, there it goes. That Baja traction, the Baja speed, but the final corner. The door will be opened a little bit. I tried. We lead on the Toyota, but it's not going to matter in the end. It's a ridgeline 1-2. The Baja takes third. I fought as much as I could. I just couldn't get up that hill quick enough in the end. Christ, the Hondas were quick around there. In fact, no, wait. No, just my buggy wasn't massively fast. It put up a fight and through a bit of luck. We just about stayed in 4th. Was a little bit. I think that lap would have been a little faster had I not clipped the stricken bar hard. Not by much. I don't think we could have quite matched a few of the vehicles. Don't think we could have matched the Hondas quite. But yeah, there we go. The Mini Buggy. It's a strange thing. I like it. You know, I like having slightly weird, slightly unusual cars, and this is certainly that. Not sure it'll have much use of this selection of vehicles. You're probably best off with either of the other two. I think the Baja is the better overall. The Ridgelines worked a lot better at that final circuit. That suited them. However, the Bajas did look very fast elsewhere. The Mini is probably the weakest. I got mine working-ish, but ish is really the best I could hope for, really, out of it. Either way, it's a fun, as I said, it's a fun vehicle. It's something a bit wacky, something a bit different. Unfortunately, if you have not unlocked the Mini yet, you will not be able to, at least for a little while. This was one of the Forza-thon playlist vehicles from this month. So yeah, unfortunately, it's now long gone. But yeah, strange car, kind of fun though, bit quirky. Probably not the best, but there we go. Not the best in this little category. We got some fun races, and I got to make some fun tracks to use the vehicle on, which I'm kind of happy with. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.